Our amazing planet Earth has changed drastically over the last several decades. She is anchored in a 5D frequency. What does that mean? Well, that means that we have a fifth dimensional Earth, or what we like to call as New Earth, available to be experienced if we so choose. How do we choose? We do that by aligning with that frequency. We actually perceive that version of Earth through the lens of a fifth dimensional being. As we're here and we're healing, we're moving through these different frequencies, we're oscillating, we're clearing density, we're grounding into the body, we're bringing on more of our multidimensional aspects online. And this allows us to start to perceive these higher frequencies. Now, the Earth is anchored in this 5D frequency, meaning that it is available for us here in the physical to perceive it if we can embody and anchor 5D frequencies. When we do that and get enough of that energy integrated into our physical body, we can start to see New Earth right here and now. We don't have to go anywhere. What's happening for most people is that they are a mix right now of third, fourth, and fifth dimensional frequencies. So throughout the day, you're going to find yourself moving in and out of these various frequency bandwidths or dimensional fields. It's kind of like you're oscillating like this. Now, that makes it important to bring awareness into the picture. When we could bring consciousness in, we could bring awareness in, we can separate from those limiting beliefs. We can create space. Those limiting beliefs of fear, guilt, shame, those emotions, those dense emotions, the things that keep us stuck and separated are what hold us into that third dimensional field. And when we're vibrating to those frequencies, when those frequencies are active, we will perceive a very different Earth. Those emotions will manifest out into reality, and that's what we will be perceiving. Think of it like you've got three different binoculars or lenses, and you're looking at three different versions of Earth throughout your day. So we could call it mood swings, right? Oh, I'm feeling really high vibe. I'm looking out into my reality. Everything seems in alignment. Things are going well. I'm seeing evidence of manifestations. Things that I have held onto and envisioned are moving forward. You are activating or living in 5D frequencies, and therefore you are perceiving a fifth dimensional Earth. You're starting to get into that. And then maybe later something happens, you shift, you feel something come up in your body, and you align down in frequency, your vibration drops, and maybe you slip into a 4D version of Earth where there's a little bit more fear and things like that. And that reflects out, and that's what you're seeing. Maybe you're watching the news and things like that, right? And it shifts you down. You now have slipped from a fifth dimensional Earth down into a fourth dimensional Earth because that is what you are resonating at that particular moment. So you see where I'm getting at with this. We have the ability through awareness to control which version of Earth we decide to perceive. We can make it a choice. Now, if we're unconscious about it and we're letting our limiting beliefs and our programming control our frequency, we are going to land in whatever version of Earth that aligns with those limiting beliefs that are active. Okay. And a lot of times that's subconscious. So when we're not bringing awareness, the subconscious takes over and we find ourselves in a lower state of being, a lower frequency Earth. Now, when we can start to reprogram the limiting beliefs by bringing consciousness and awareness to them, we start to overwrite them with expanded beliefs of a higher frequency. And then we get to anchor into a higher frequency version of Earth. And that becomes the more normal version of Earth for us. So when we're doing our breath work, we're clearing the density within the body. We're building new circuitry within our nervous system. The hemispheres of the brain are syncing up and talking to each other. We're bringing the left brain and the right brain together. We're in a more of a relaxed brainwave state. The body calms down. Those types of things. We rise in frequency, and our divine energy, our soul's energy flows through us. Frequency goes up, and we land in a higher dimensional version of Earth. Now, I think it was about 3 years ago. I was in my office and I was at the conference room table. It was lunchtime and I'm sitting there. And all of a sudden, I find myself in this house that looked very much like a log cabin. This was a bilocation experience. I was sitting in my chair in the office, yet I had this visual representation of this log cabin, looked out the windows of the cabin, and I was in the mountains somewhere. It looked like Tibet, Mount Kailash, somewhere in that area. Nobody around but me. Looked up in the sky. There were craft, UFOs everywhere. My Pleiadian guide was present with me in this house, and she had explained to me that this was a 5D, fifth dimensional version of Earth. Not many people were there yet because most people are still hanging out in the third and fourth dimensional version. Now, even though the Earth has anchored into 5D and this grid, this reality is available for us, we can't all experience, again, unless we resonate to that frequency. Now, Earth, because she's in 5D, has 4D and 3D available. Okay, so it's one Earth, different fields, dimensional fields, different frequency bandwidths available. So I was taking to this 5D version of Earth, and my guide said that more people will come as time goes by, meaning the more people that come online, connect up to the grid, heal, they will start to come to this 5D version of Earth or start to perceive it. Again, it's not a location, it's a bandwidth of frequency. This version of Earth was incredible too. This house I was in, I was able to change the color of the walls by just thinking about it. I think blue, it would change to blue. I think green, it would change to green. It was absolutely incredible. My Pleiadian guide was there. There were craft coming and going. Higher multidimensional beings were very, very present because they are manifesting in those frequencies. We can't normally perceive them in the third and fourth dimensional version of Earth. So we rise up into those bandwidths where they exist and we can perceive them. So what we want to do is anchor in and stabilize these higher frequencies so that we can be a match to this 5D version of Earth. Now, we're going to be shown our bodies are moving up in frequency, and it takes time because this is physical matter. Even though we may be able to view or experience 5D Earth as I did, my body quite wasn't at that frequency yet. So I wasn't physically there, but my etheric body was resonating to that frequency, so I was able to perceive it. That was that bilocation experience. Now, the more we ground and anchor and heal in these frequencies into the physical body starts to vibrate at a higher frequency. And the more of us that get there, that will manifest physically. And we will be standing in that fifth dimensional version of Earth, or new Earth, as we like to call it. So you're going to be guided every day throughout your day to feel and experience all of those lower frequencies that are blocking that high frequency light from moving through your body and raising its frequency. So our job, our task is to feel all of it. Remember, we're energetic beings. We're alchemizers. We're here to alchemize this energy, the dense energy. So we do our part by experiencing it and fully feeling it, not turning away from it, not getting into a frequency of fear and trying to run from it or avoid it. We breathe into it. We fully feel it. We fully accept it. And as we do that, we raise its frequency. We create more space. More of our higher frequency light can land right here into our physical vessel, and the body rises in frequency. And again, as that happens, that is going to physically start to manifest this 5D Earth, meaning that we are going to be able to physically be standing in that version of Earth instead of just being able to perceive it etherically like I did at that point in time. So very, very powerful time. This is all about taking your sovereignty back, taking your power back, knowing that you have the power to change your reality. As I was shown that higher frequency version of Earth, we have the power to actually become that, to change our external reality, this physical place where we are, and become that 5D version of the planet by becoming the 5D version of us right here in the physical. So let your emotions and your feeling body guide you into those areas that are choking off that energy so we can fully feel and embrace them and love into them and raise the frequency of our bodies. As that happens, more and more people will rise in frequency, and we will find ourselves in that fifth dimensional version of Earth that exists right now, in this now moment, in the present moment. If this video resonated with you guys, give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you know anyone that this video can help, please feel free to share it with them. Thank you.